Mona Lisa, a painting that is displayed there by only behind bulletproof glasses in a strict climate controlled conditions where humidity is maintained at 50% plus or minus 10% and temperature is strictly maintained to 18 degrees Celsius to 21 degrees Celsius. But why? Just a painting is kept so safe that no one can reach to it so easily. By the end of this video, you are gonna get all the answers to your questions. So keep watching the video and don't forget to subscribe the channel. 21st August 1911, Monday morning in Paris, which is the capital of France. Everything was great when suddenly three men came out of Louvre Museum. The three had spent their previous night in the museum and now they are carrying an important property of Louvre Museum, wrapped in a blanket, trying to escape. They went to a nearby railway station and caught the train at 8:45 in the morning and then disappeared. The world was not aware that they had stolen a painting which wasn't a normal painting. It was world's most important and famous painting, the Mona Lisa. The today's value of the painting is close to $1 billion. But why? What are the secrets behind the painting? Why is it the most famous painting in the world? Let's understand. Mona Lisa was painted in 1503 by an Italian artist, Leonardo da Vinci, who was a multi-talented person as he was a painter, engineer, scientist, a sculptor, architect and a theorist as well. Now the question arises is whose painting was it? All people have always been curious about the identity of the woman in the painting. It was first revealed by an Italian artist, Giorgio Vasari, who was also a writer of autobiography of Leonardo da Vinci in 1550. According to Vasari, the woman was Lisa Gherardini, who was married to a silk trader Francesco Giocondo, who lived in Florence. He claimed that Francesco had commissioned this painting for his wife, and that's the origin of the name of this painting. First name is Mona Lisa, which comes from Madonna Lisa. The word Madonna was used to mean madam in Italy. So Madonna Lisa means Madam Lisa, and the word Madonna was later shortened to Mona with a double N. When this was written in English, an N was dropped from Mona and it becomes Mona with a single N. So Mona Lisa means Madam Lisa or Lady Lisa. And then comes the second name of Mona Lisa, which is La Giocondo. La Giocondo or La Gioconda. After her marriage, Lisa Gherardini becomes Lisa Giocondo. Interestingly, in Italian, Giocondo means light-hearted or cheerful. Despite of this revelation, people were not ready to believe that Vasari's narrative was correct. Lots of theories started to emerge about this woman being someone else. The most interesting theory was the one in which it was claimed that in Mona Lisa painting, Da Vinci painted himself and it is a self-portrait of Da Vinci, and he has imagined how he would have looked if he had been a woman. This theory was promoted and supported by an artist, Lillian Chewards, in an article in 1987. She used digital tools to try to show similarities between Leonardo da Vinci's face and Mona Lisa's image. But today, we can say with a lot of certainty that the woman in the painting is indeed Lisa Giocondo. A professor living in Florence researched this for 25 years and found the archives. And in 2004, he discovered clear evidence to prove this fact. He also found that the Vinci's family has a close relationship with the Francesco Giocondo's family. He also found that Lisa's marriage was registered on 5th March 1495 when Lisa was 16 years old and Francesco was of 30 years. He found that Leonardo da Vinci's father and Lisa's husband knew each other very well, and it is also possible that the painting was commissioned not by Lisa's husband but by Leonardo's father. According to Palanti, when Mona Lisa was painted, Lisa was 24 years old, and there might be two reasons behind this painting. The first reason is that in 1503, when Francesco and Lisa bought their home, or the second reason could be in December 1502, when they gave birth to their second child. Here, the second reason seems more probable because 3 years before, in 1499, Lisa lost her daughter If you look at the painting of Mona Lisa clearly, you will see a veil over Lisa's hair. People call it mourning veil, means a veil that is worn when someone in the family dies. One question that arises here, as if both Da Vinci and Lisa were Italian, then why the painting is in France today? The answer to that question is in 1516, the King of France, King Francis I, invited Leonardo da Vinci to live in France, and so da Vinci moved from Italy to France and took the painting with him. History is not clear about this, but it is said that da Vinci had not completed the painting yet. 15 years after starting the painting, he was still working on it, trying to modify it and trying to make it better. Meanwhile, on 2nd May 1519, Leonardo da Vinci passed away during his stay in France, and the king kept his painting as a part of his royal collection. About after 150 years, in 1797, when French Revolution happened, the painting was taken out of the palace and handed over to Louvre Museum. Interestingly, this is the reason why Mona Lisa was stolen in 1911, which is the starting of this video. But why is it so special? The reasons are, firstly, the Mona Lisa was not painted on paper, canvas or cloth. Instead, it was painted on a poplar wood. Secondly, the painting isn't that large. It is only 77 cm by 53 cm, but still it is considered special because this was the first painting which focused so closely on a human. This is a half-length portrait and no one else used to make such paintings in those days. Thirdly, the mysterious smile of Mona Lisa, which took Da Vinci's most of the time. He even spent many nights in hospitals in Florence, where he used to go and remove the skin of dead bodies, as he wanted to study the facial muscles and nerves and how they work to smile. His obsession with Mona Lisa's smile didn't end here. He even researched on optics as well. He found that light rays do not emerge together into a single point on our eyes, rather, they spread out over the entire retina. And he also focused on shadows in such a way that even when you see Mona Lisa in your peripheral vision, the effect of smile is still there. When you look at her smile closely, you will observe that its central line is flat. That's why when you look at her smile, it feels as if it is not even smiling at all. Now, how would it feel if I tell you that the Mona Lisa is not just one painting? Rather, there are two paintings of Mona Lisa. No, it is not a conspiracy theory. It is the truth. A similar painting was created at that time. The story of second Mona Lisa began in the year of 1504 when another legendary artist named Raphael made a rough sketch using pen and ink. Here the researchers thought that Raphael must have made his drawing based on the actual Mona Lisa painting, but this thought was rejected by a German art historian in 1993, and also Professor Palenti, who worked on the identity of Mona Lisa for straight 25 years, also confirmed that Raphael actually lived right in front of the Giocondo family in Florence. So, does this mean that Raphael made an original drawing on same subject with same woman in the same pose? This seems quite impossible. Another answer to this question could be that third Mona Lisa painting exists in the world, which inspired Raphael to make his drawing. And this third Mona Lisa painting was revealed to the world in 1914. A novelist living near London, John R. Ayer, had a new version of Mona Lisa. This is the new Mona Lisa, the painting based on which Raphael made his drawing. This Mona Lisa is 3.5 inches longer and 5 inches wider than the one that is present in Louvre Museum. Now, if you compare both of these Mona Lisas, you will notice three things. First, the woman in the new Mona Lisa looks younger. Second, the head in this new painting is tilted a little forward. Third, the expressions of the new Mona Lisa are very straightforward and clear. There is nothing mysterious about her smile as compared to the present Mona Lisa present in the Louvre Museum. Two columns in the background are the ones that are seen in Raphael's drawing as well. Due to these reasons, a new theory was coined by experts at that time that Leonardo da Vinci was actually working on two Mona Lisas. Both of these are painted by Leonardo da Vinci, but the later found Mona Lisa was the first version of da Vinci's painting, and thus it looks a little bit younger. Coming back to Mona Lisa theft, it is said that the mastermind of this theft, Vincenzo Perugia, was a worker in Louvre Museum. One day, he hid in some corner of the museum and spent the whole night there. After that, the next morning, he walked out with the painting. He used to believe that since Leonardo da Vinci was Italian, so the painting should be in Italian museum. When the news of the theft spread, it made headline all over the world. Many detectives were put to work to look for the thief, but no one could find him. For 2 long years, Perugia hid this painting at home. He wondered what he can do with this painting as everybody was looking for it. Finally, he became impatient and tried to sell the painting. He tried to sell the painting to an art dealer in Florence, Giovanni Poggi. Giovanni became suspicious as he saw the stamp behind the painting to confirm that it was the stolen painting, and because of this, Vincenzo was caught and sentenced to 6 months of the imprisonment. Painting was sent back to the Louvre Museum on 4th January 1914. Today, the painting is displayed there only behind the bulletproof glasses in strict climate control conditions where humidity is maintained at 50% plus or minus 10% and temperature is strictly at 18 to 21 degrees Celsius. Before the theft, Mona Lisa was not a very famous painting. It became famous because of the theft. So the whole credit of Mona Lisa being famous nowadays goes to Perugia, who stole the painting and it made headlines all over the world. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe this channel and like this video.